as I said in another video before, we are doing catch up on a lot of our backstories. We have a pile of them, and basically, all the big news that's been coming out. We've been trying to keep up with certain subject matters and stuff like that. Obviously, the situations at Warner Discovery, at Tubi TV, at Crackle, then of course the JD trial, which has wrapped up, but we haven't seen the end of that yet because supposedly there is an appeal coming. She's just, in my honest opinion, she's digging herself into a deeper hole. They're trying to keep the media with them, and it's ridiculous to the situation. Because blatantly she lied. You could see this out. They didn't want the cameras there because basically, without the cameras, people wouldn't know what went on in that courtroom. They wouldn't be able to hear the testimony to the situation. And that's why there is a big push to have cameras in the courtroom with a lot of these cases. But like I said, this is updates. And one of the things, and I know some of you up there who are newly subscribers have subscribed because they like to hear stories of this nature because they are fans of some of these particular celebrities. And, some of them have gone through some traumatic situations. As I said myself in the past, I've gone through some traumatic situations. I'm still healing. I'm still not 100%. I thought I was 80%. I'm more towards 60%, really. I'm finding that out the hard way. And it's taking time. And this is not something overnight. It takes a lot of exercise, a lot of willpower. And, getting up in the morning is harder and harder for me every day. But the thing about it is I have to strive and push. Same thing with this adult actress, Jenna Jameson. And this came out a couple weeks ago. This is out of People magazine. Jenna Jameson says her health is improving after a mysterious illness, getting stronger every day. And we'll read into this. This was written by Vanessa Etienne. Jenna Jameson's physical therapy is paying off after dealing with unexplained muscle weaknesses for the past few months. On Friday, this was back then, the former film adult star 47 shared a health update on Instagram, telling her followers that she's in good spirits after an unknown sickness in January left her unable to walk. Getting stronger every day, she wrote alongside a selfie. The physical therapy is helping so much, staying consistent and in good spirits. Thank you for all of your prayers lifting me. Last month, Jameson celebrated another milestone with her followers, posting a photo of herself standing on her own without a walker, propped up, still walking with a walker, but making strides. Thank you to everyone sending good vibes, she captioned. In March, Jameson says she was at home and in bed, but doing her best to improve after a long hospital stay and a misdiagnosis of Guillain-Barré syndrome. I'm slowly but surely building back strength, she said on her Instagram story. I'm walking around with a walker. My legs have lost a lot of muscle, so I'm busy trying to build it back. This has been not only a physical taxing, but I think more than really mentally challenging, very mentally challenging. Jameson clarified at the time she can move her legs, which demonstrated by lifting them up while in bed. As you can see, yes, I'm able to move my legs. I'm not paralyzed. She says, I'm just dealing with the extreme muscle weakness, some issues with my left nerve. She later added that the issue is with her left femoral nerve, which runs from the hip down just above the knee and controls the surrounding muscles. Jameson, who lives in Hawaii with her partner Lior Bitton and their 4-year-old daughter Batulu, said that the recovery process is messy, but it's not fun, but I like a good challenge. I am fighting, I am kicking ass, I'm taking names, and I'll soon be back up on my feet, inundated, and life will be back to normal. I mean, as normal as I can be, she added with a laugh. And, I hope the better for her. I really, truly, send prayers and good vibes to her. From my point of view, I can understand what she's been through. I've been through a lot of issues, and I'm still going through these issues. It's, you have to understand, when it comes to injuries, mysterious illnesses and stuff like that, a lot of people sit there and they like, well, I brush it off and I'm back up and running. I get to the gym. There are those of us can't hit the gym easily like that. There's those of us that are trying to get out. One thing, and I say, thank God for the Brooklyn Center. That was one of the places that I was staying at for some time at the worst point of the situation, where I had to be carried out of here by several of the New York's finest firemen, because basically I could not walk. I couldn't, whatever it was, I could not get back on my knee. I fell a couple of times and just got to the point, the edema, just the swelling was too much for my body to handle. And the thing about it is, at first they just wanted to the hospital wanted to let me stay at home, but I said, I couldn't walk, I can't get up, I get into the pain. So what they decided to do was to send me to this center, and they put me under a great regimen. I lost a lot of weight. It was like 100 pounds, which a lot of it was fluid in my system. I lost, and they got me on a good eating regimen. There were a lot of people that were fun there. I mean, it is a rehabilitation center and nursing home. So basically, there were a lot of people that were there that were elderly on there, and that was one part of the ward. The other half were people that were going through injuries similar to what I had. That basically that they were dealing. Remember one girl who had an operation on her leg. I think it was toward her knee. It was like from her, the upper part of her leg to her knee. And she was having a lot of problems trying to get that knee straightened out, trying to keep the foot straightened out. And they fought with her to make sure that she would get on her feet. And I could hear this from, what Jenna Jameson is saying. She has to struggle to get going onto these situations, and I thank God I had my wife and my family to see, because if I was alone, I wouldn't have been able to do this alone, and you may say, so, well, the nurse, when this all started to happen, this was pre-COVID, and it kind of moved in at the beginning of COVID. In simpler terms, I was in the center. They released me at the height when they were shutting down nursing homes. In other words, the day they shut down the nursing homes, I was sent home. I was on a ambulette, bus back to my home. And, it was great to have that, get back home. I had a walker, got into the house, took me a little time, but it was great. My family was around me. They just basically, I was, my neighbors were happy to see me back home again. And like I said, I know Jenna's going through the same thing. She's going through the same situations. And, we hope the better health for her, and to get back and up and going again. She's younger than me. She still has a lot to go. It's the same thing as me. I still have a lot to go in my life, but she has a little bit more on me. She's 48, and I'm 55. So together, we have to say, hey, listen, we still have our lives ahead of us, and we got to do our best to get ourselves healthy and strong again. So we'll continue to monitor as best we can. And I'm glad we were able to bring this to you. And we'll see you on the next video. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you on the next one.